Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 5K Titans event from New Year's Series 2026. We got right a lot on the final table, starting things off with a couple of queens, European with ducks, Coco Jambo, Centaurus, Surf Lamin, No Let, NY17, Hey Allison, and Djan. European plays calls with the 2s, 6-4 for Surf Lamin with the big ass stack in the big. 105 blinds, they come along. Jack 9-5 is the first flop here. Queens will go for a C bet. European might just let go of the 2s. 6-4 doesn't have too good of a reason to hang in there, even though we do have 3 in a row. Little pot will slide over to rate a lot. Thanks to KalipokerTV Poker Replays for the replay. If at any point in time you find yourself not giving a shit for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and Kali Poker, so you can go check out some more poker action in some silence. We got 4 players who will make the money. We'll get $16,000 locked up at that point. 74 grand for the victory. Good things to note: Centaurus with Ace Jack suited will open and take the pot down pre. Ooh, ace for Allison, not too much behind. Pretty well a min raise here. Might just take the pot down pre. European doesn't have a reason to 3-bet. Super aggressive player with a big ass stack in first place. They let go of Queen 4, Jack 4, and the big blind will also just fold. Nothing doing for Allison. Queen 8 suited for Coco. We'll see if they come in for the open. Oh, we get an open from Djan. Ace 5 suited under the gun. Don't know why I didn't see that. Looks like another raise will just get through pre-flop. 9-4 in the big blind. No reason to defend. Ace 4 for New York. I don't know what to call them. NY17, Pats 14. We all know what it refers to, but is that Michael Strahan? Who is that in their picture? I hope I got the right player. What do I call him? NY, New York? Sure. Rate a lot. Ace 5 suited, another open under the gun. Ooh, Surf Lemon calls the 10-8 suited. Ace 9 suited for Allison and the small. Djan with Ace 9 as well. No Let doesn't have a reason to hang on with Queen 5. They'll surely fold. They're somehow in the time bank though. There we go. Allison, Ace 9 suited. They play call from the small. Djan probably comes along as well. 4 ways to a flop here, dealer. Unless they go for a 3-bet, that'd be pretty cool. Make it, what, like 13 blinds? Just make it impossible to call. Ace 9? Oh, just hits the muck from the big, getting a great price. Queen 7-6 flop. 2 spades. Rate a lot with the straight, the flush draw. My dumbass. Serve Lamin with the straight draw to the 9 and the spade draw to boot. We did see a couple 9s being folded. 8 on the turn. That does give Surf Lemon the best hand with the pair of 8s, but Rate a Lot now has a straight draw. The 9 obviously doesn't work, but the 4 works. Ace or a spade for Rate a Lot. They bet 9 blinds. They are in a little bit of trouble here. Surf Lemon is not going to fold. They need to improve. I don't think Surf Lemon raises the turn. That doesn't make too much sense. We certainly can't fold. We have to call. 9 on the river. We both make a straight. Bad news for Rate a Lot. We're playing pretty deep. The pot's pretty big, and we make a straight on the river. So there's still like Jack 10, which makes a better straight. Diamonds get there. Rate a Lot bets 17 blinds. Surf Lemon might just call this bet. Diamonds get there. Jack 10 is a better straight. If you rip, I think a 5 should find the fold, but it's very difficult to find, of course. Let's see if Surf Lemon goes for the greedy value jam on the river here. They aren't folding, that's for sure. Rate a Lot is not going to win this pot here. Surf Lemon. The longer they're in the tank, makes me feel like they're going to jam it in here. They're going to say, I think there's a little bit too much value to be had. Potentially a set. Probably not 2-pair. 2-pair will probably fold to a jam. And then you just give the 5 an opportunity to call your river jam. Surf Lemon uses their whole damn time bank. Makes me look like a dummy for saying all the words I said. Surf Lemon just calls. They win a big pot. Rate a Lot still in the game with 34 blinds. Ace 9 in the big. 7's call from the small for Djan. Coco opens it up with the Queen 10 suited. 3 ways to the 6-5-2 flop. Djan. I don't know why players lead from the small, but this looks like a hand that would lead. 7-7. The overpair leads one blind into 7. Other two dudes fold, and we're moving on along. Djan takes the pot down. Coco with a suited ace under the gun. Ace 3 of spades. We'll see if they open it up. Got quite a few playable hands behind. We got Nolet with the ace 10 suited. Serve them in with ace 7. Not really appealing. Queen Jack suited for both Allison and Djan. Those are cool hands. Coco goes in the tank. Finds the min raise. Serve Lemon in first place, holding an ace. You never know if they're going to come in for a 3-bet. They just fold. Nolet will 3-bet the minimum. They may get 3 blinds to go. Is Allison let go of the Queen Jack suited? What do we do here? And Queen Jack for Djan also hits the muck. Coco says 1 blind to call. I guess I click call. King 6-2. 1 spade out there. Backdoor straight draw. It's going to have to be a small bet for Coco to continue. Oh, free card. Free card. Cool. Everybody likes a free card. 7 of clubs on the turn. No equity picked up here for Coco. No real reason for them to bet the turn. They check it on over. Every once in a while you see like a Queen Jack suited, Jack 10 suited, 10-9 suited raise the minimum pre-flop, but you'd expect them to go for a bluff at some point. Coco leads the river here for a little bit more than half pot, blocking the straight 3-4. I don't know what ace 10 does here. Nolet says I'm gonna fold. Nice little play by Coco. Surely if Nolet had c-bet the flop, the ace 3 might just hit the muck. I guess it depends on the size, right? Maybe it checks down after the c-bet. I don't know. Nice little steal by Coco. Centaurus with 9-9 will open under the gun. Ace 6 in the big blind. We will see 3 cards. Yes, we will. European will fold the Jack in the 2 eventually. Don't know why they're still in the hand. Jack 3-3. Pretty boring here. Centaurus can bet 1 big blind if they want. Some players go for a quarter pot size bet. Centaurus bets small and takes the pot down. Pretty boring shit there. Ace 10 suited for Nolet. 4s for serve Lemon. Get the open under the gun. Personally, I just call with the ace 10 suited here, but it feels really weird. I don't think he can just fold. Whoa, Nolet says I'm gonna 3-bet. We aren't in the money. Does that come into play here? We're just playing for chips, I suppose. So it looks like we gotta build a big stack. Nolet is in 4th place, but the money is not guaranteed, that's for sure. 4-4. It's a small 3-bet, dude. I think we call. We're gonna see 3 cards. Let's go to the flop. Hurry up, serve Lemon. Do we ever just 4-bet jam? Holy fuck, we do. I think the ace 10 suited folds now. We didn't want to see this. No, we didn't. Big flip for our life. Yeah, some 40 blinds deep. No, we're just going to let this one go. Nice play by serve Lemon. Says I'm going to have a hard time playing post-flop out of position facing the 3-betting range there, so we may as well just rip and protect our equity, I suppose. As a couple 8s, rip it in for New York. Djan with ace 10 might just fold. What do we do? Call with the ace 10-0? No, I think we just let it go. King 9 in the big blind. Serve Lemon probably doesn't call here. This will just get through pre. Jack 10 suited. Hey, Allison opens it up. Centaurus with a couple of kings. Probably see a small 3-bet and they'll take the pot down. Coco with the Queen Jack. Gonna fold that bullshit. I wonder if Nolet ever comes in for a crazy 4-bet with the ace 4 offsuit. Not likely. Not likely at all. 6 blinds to go from Centaurus. Jack 10 suited. Likes to see flops, but not necessarily calling out of position. Facing a 3-bet here. playing some 25 blinds deep. Jack 10 suited finds the call anyways. Queen 7-4 is the flop. That's 3 in a row to a straight flush, but we see Centaurus with the king of clubs making that impossible. Go for the super small bet. 3.6 into about 15. And Allison does just let that Jack 10 3 in a row of the same suit go. A7 for a European. We'll see if they open this shit up. Haven't heard too much from them. 9-7 suited for Centaurus will fold. No let with ace deuce in the small. Doesn't really play from this position. 6-4 should just get out of there. And Jack 5 is a complete afterthought. Boring shit, but European pokes his head up and says, I'm still here, dudes. Ooh, kings for Allison in the big blind. Ace 10 for 8 a lot. That's an open. 5-5. D-Jan will open. My apologies. Ace 10 will just fold facing the under the gun open. We see European folding a 5 and Servleman as well. So D-Jan needs a bunch of spades, but they're going to face a 3-bet from the big blind, so they probably aren't going to see a flop. This is boring shit once again. Jack 7 suited folds for no let. It is kind of interesting to see what Allison does with the kings in the big blind facing the under the gun open. Do we just 3-bet jam? 20 blinds, 19.5. We 3-bet super small to 6. This looks strong as fuck. We'll see if D-Jan can read into it. Or do we just 4-bet jam? If they do, again, they just need some spades. Both the 5s have been accounted for. Hopefully for D-Jan's sake, they can let this one go. There's a world where like ace 5 suited comes in for the 3-bet pre-flop. Some of that suited ace X. I'll just fold to the 4-bet jam. But no, D-Jan says, fuck it, I'm not going to talk myself into it. They let the 5s go. Ace Jack for New York. No, that was 6-5 suited might open the cutoff. Servleman with 6-10 suited could open with the big ass stack here. Big stack folds. Think no let opens. They say nope, you're wrong. Ace Jack 15 blinds. I think a min raise looks cool. 6-5 in the big. Some players defend, some players say fuck it and just let it go. I think we're more likely to see a flop here than not. King 2 is the board. Again, New York can bet 1 blind. Scoop it up and move on along. Unless D-Jan gets really sticky with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw on the paired board, but they say no, I'm going to fold. European with King Jack looks like an open under the gun. Coco with King Queen just going to fold 1 seat to their left, and the King Jack open might take it down pretty. Jack 8 in the big blind could call and see a flop, but Raid a lot likes to see flops. I think we're going post. Raid a lot says nope. It's funny when you're wrong. What's going on here? Ace 4 suited versus a couple 6s. Blind on blind. Looks like a limp. Well, we'll see if European raises it up to like 3 blinds. Some players might just rip it in here for 30 effective. Facing a limp, it feels kind of weird. We'll see real quickly. Like 3.5 blinds. That looks cool. Real lot can think about a 3-bet jam. So I don't know if I said European was 3-betting there or not. Get a limp and a 2-bet to 3.5. Rate a lot with the suited ace can certainly think about a rip. They actually find a nice fold there. Allison with an ace 3 off looking or thinking about an open. May go in the tank here. They say no. 9-7 for European. Will raise to like 3 blinds. Queen 10 will defend the big. 3.5. Nice big sizing here by European. 9-7 off. I think Coco still has to call here. Queen 10 looking pretty. 5-4-2. European probably just bets and takes the pot down. Really nothing going on there for Queen 10. We're in position and we see Europeans got a whole... We can all imagine Europeans going to have a whole lot of jankety hands. They go for a huge ass bet on the flop here. 6.5 blinds. No real way for Queen 10 to hang in there. We just have to fold and move on along. Jack 10 suited for Coco in the small blind. Right a lot with the 5-4 suited. Doesn't even think about it. European 9-3-0 on the button. We'll just fold. Get a 3 blind raise by Coco. Centaurus with 9-8 is in a weird spot here. Obviously a connected hand. King Jack 9 is the flop. We both got a pair. Coco with the straight draw to the queen. Out of position. Bets really small. 1.8 into about 7. Bottom pair calls a jack on the turn, locking up the board. Coco sneakily checks it on over, giving Centaurus some sort of ideas that he might have some showdown value here with the pair 9s. 7 on the river, like 10-8 made it straight, obviously. Club draw missed on the turn. Coco bets 6 blinds. Centaurus is certainly going to be thinking about a hero call. You don't expect any worse hand to go for a value bet here. Any 10x could go for a bluff. A 7 isn't going to bet the river here. Centaurus does find the call. Well, not too bad of a hand there for Coco. Had they bet the turn, I wonder if the bet just gets through. Interesting little spot there. 7-7 for no let. They will open under the gun. And... excuse me. 4-5 for serve limit in the big blind. Might defend. They got so many chips here. 5-4 offsuit. Ace Queen 2. So we got a straight draw to the 3. We both got the spade draw. No let. Bets 1.5. Serve limit feels like they have to call here, given the price and everything. You're like, okay, I'm probably not good with 5 high. That's not what we're thinking here. You're like, that's a small bet. We get a free river, the 9 of diamonds. Does serve limit ever try to buy the pot here? Bet like 7 blinds? Do we ever overbet like 12? What do we do here, serve limit? Feels like we can't really check over a 5 high. Feels like we have to bet, and we have to bet large. Whoa, we bet 1 big blind of all the sizings. Does that get like king high to fold? I guess maybe it gets king. I don't know, man. It feels like we have to bet huge. Serve limit says no, we'll go for the induced sizing. Anyways, we're gonna move on along. Nice little call there by the pair of 7s. D-Jan with King 10 opens it up. Ace Jack will 3-bet small for European. Do we ever get in a clicking battle here? I get like 9.5. I really like the idea. 11 blinds. That's cool too. A little bit of a battle here. We'll see if European makes it like 17, 18 blinds. Make it 18. No, they just fold. Nice little 4-bet there by D-Jam with the King 10 suited to take it down pretty. Bullying European, not an easy task. They were up for the battle. I don't know what to say, man. Ace 10 European opens it up. Not much behind here. Queen 6 for the New York guy in the big blind. Ace 10 this time for the New York guy. It's suited and booted. Serve them in with King 10 might open it up. Probably folds to a 3-bet jam though. There's the open. Here's a jam. Don't think we call off the 14.5 blinds. Easy rip. Serve limits dominated. If they call, they're hoping for some sort of pocket pair. But very reasonably folds, and we move on along. King Queen for Raid a Lot. Looks like an open under the gun. Queen Jack for Centaurus. Probably not a play. Ace 4 for Allison. Not going to be a play. Nope. And 8-5 suited will defend the big blind. We're off to the flop. Ace 5-2. Interesting little spot here. Raid a Lot with 2 overcards. Backdoor straight draw. Overcards to the 5, of course. Not to the ace. Oh, 8-5 calls and makes 2 pairs. We'll see if Raid a Lot puts their foot on the pedal. Slowing down makes a lot of sense too. 10 of diamonds on the river. D-Jan leads out 7 blinds, and Raid a Lot's probably not going to bluff the river here, even though they do hold the Queen of Diamonds. When the diamonds get there on the river, don't matter. King Jack European opens under the gun. Ace 8 suited, Coco just has to fold. Centaurus with Queen 9 suited just has to let that shit go. 5-5 for no let off 35 blinds is in a weird spot. If serve them in calls, we might come along with 5s. 8-9 suited for the biggest stack. Serve them in call. Let's. Oh, they 3-bet to 8 blinds. 5s are gonna fold. King Jack and the big is out of there. King Jack for European probably folds, but we could get into another clicking battle. No. I was trying to sell the idea, but it wasn't likely. What's going on here? Not too much. Allison with King 9 might have to fold off 17 blinds. Does this ever just fold to Raid a Lot with King 5 suited? And they limp it in? European raises to 3 and takes the pot down pre. Whoa, we just open fold. Wasn't expecting that with the suited king there. Got a couple jacks for D-Jan, 10-9 suited for Serve Lemon. Queen Jack for New York guy. Ooh, 10-9 suited limps it in. I never understand the limps, but you see them here on the final tables in the big tournaments, so they must make some sense. D-Jan with Jack. We'll think about a raise to like 4 blinds. 5 blinds, even bigger. Surf Lemon says, this isn't great, dude. I'm in a pickle already, and I might have to fold. But if we call, that's kind of fun. 4 blinds, we've got 108. Surf Lemon thinks and tinks and says, no, it's tempting, but I'm not going to. 10-10 for no let will open under the gun +1. Ace 5 suited for European. We'll think about a small 3-bet to 5.5 blinds and find it. No let will rip 35 blinds and take the pot down pre. How interesting. Do we ever go bigger here, like 7 blinds? Oh, we just called the Ace 5 suited. Fuck all those words I had just said. 8-4 suited and the big comes along. We get a 9-4-3 flop. Truly not too much doing here for European. They got the straight draw to the 2 and the overcard with the ace. No let will see bet here. About a 3rd pot. Maybe large, like 5 blinds, because that's kind of fun. They check? What in the world is going on here? Ace 5 suited. We can get a free card if we want it. Do we face a check raise from no let if we put in a bet here? European says we're about to find out, dude. We're gonna bet like 2 blinds. Does no let just call here? Give European some room to bluff? A lot of overpairs go for some check raises here. No let goes in the tank. What size would we go? I don't know, but we find the call. Queen on the turn. No let slow plays the vulnerable overpair. 11.5 blinds in the middle. Hopefully no let just finds a way to hero call all the way down if European proceeds to bet. We're gonna find out real swiftly here. About half pot. Doesn't size up no river jam, that's for sure. think we just have to call and no let choose. Kind of expect the river to go check a lot. King of Hearts. European doesn't have a great reason to bluff the river with their holding, that is. Obviously the flush got there, Jack 10 got there. Ace 5 of spades though? Is that really a hand we're just gonna rip the river with? 10s with a heart? What do we do? No, it just goes check. Kinda saw that coming. Oh, that's a pretty big one. I think there's 23 blinds there, no let. Feels a little bit more comfy now. They're in 4th place. By a little bit. Like 17 blinds. They cover Coco. King Queen gonna limp it in Centaurus. With 25 blinds in total. King 9 checks it back and does flop top pair. 9-8-2 is the flop. Centaurus with 2 overcards. 1 doesn't work. Backdoor straight draw. They check it on over. King 9 will go for a blind and a half. 1.5 blinds, not just 1 blind. Weird spot for Centaurus. They do find the call. 6 of hearts on the turn brings in a flush draw. A few straights get there, but that doesn't really matter here. Looks like another bet and just a check fold for Centaurus. There's still like some Jack 10, Queen 10, some straight draws, 10x, 7x. King Queen says, no, I still can't call. I'm out of there, dude. Ace 2 for Coco. They find the fold, then we're moving on along because not much happens. 10 and a 5. Might just open fold. Serve limit as a big stack. They'll raise to 3 blinds and take it down pre. No, they limp it in. We're going to be forced to see a flop with these 2 shit holdings. 7-4 for no let. Please save us from that happening. Raise to 3 blinds and take it down. No shit holdings will go to war here. King 5-3 is the flop. A straight draw versus a pair. Both players with a backdoor flush draw. 1 blind bet by serve limit. Quick call. 7 on the turn is kind of interesting as no let does now have the best holding. Did I say no let? I sure hope I said no let. Serve limit with the 5. Checks it on over. No let with that 7. The newfound second pair. Do we bet like 1.7? Something small? No, we go a little bit bigger. It looks to be about 2/3. Kind of hard to fold here with a pair of 5s. A few straights got there. 6-4. No, that's it. Just 6-4. Bingo, another 5 on the river. This might go check if serve lemon checks it over. Yeah. I think we have to kind of lead on the river, but what size do we go? And I always check it over there, but once you're in the tinker here, it really seems like a spot where you have to lead the river. Do you ever just bomb the river? Just go full pot and then a pair of 7s folds anyways. And that king will call, but maybe it's best just to check it over and let him bluff with a very wide range and plenty of bluffing candidates. So maybe you do just check it over with the 3 of a kind. Because a pair of 7s probably might just, I don't know, it probably just folds facing some big ass bet on the river there. Would have been interesting to see, but we'll never know now. Jack for rate a lot opens it up off about 17 blinds, almost 18. 9-8 suited in the big blind for Allison. Feels like we have to call and see 3 cards. We get a 7-4-3 flop. Not quite enough for Allison. We get a small bet, but it's not 1 big blind. Have we ever a check raise to like 4.5 blinds and fold to the jam? Yes, we do. Nice. You love to see the play, but unfortunately it's not going to work out in this instance. Rate a lot does pick up a few pennies. I'll just stay quiet there with about 25 blinds. Look to scooch into the money some which way. Allison down to about 10. Might get a chance to jam it in here from the small and take it down pre. Ace 8-0 happily rips it in and takes it down. Uh, 9-9 for New York. Pat Sky. Ace 2, no let. I don't think we open. 10-7 just folds. 9s. What size do we go? Oh, this is a tough one. Do you just rip it in? I kind of like a min raise. Try to give those smaller pocket pairs the opportunity to rip facing your open. 9s in this instance. We'll just take it down pre. Ooh, 9s for no let this time. Coco with an ace thinks about it, says nope. Ace 6-0, no reason to open under the gun there. 9s for no let. Open it up. And European with Queen 8 probably just plays call. We'll see 3 card stealer. Yes, we will. Not good news for European here. Top pair versus the over pair. European with a backdoor flush draw. 6 blinds in the middle. We'll see what size no let goes. About 4. 2/3 is the size. We are charging that 8. There's so many draws out there too. I don't think European check raises versus sizing. Do we ever make it like 10 blinds and then fold to a jam? European says no, we're just going to call ace of spades on the turn. So European is the second nut flush draw. I guess there's a few straight flush draws out there, but not too many. And neither of these players hold it ranges, you know. 3-2 on the river. Just go check and 14 blinds, slide over to no let. Don't think European block bets here. If no let somehow finds a value bet on the river, Queen 8 might find the hero call. Oh, like Queen of Spades actually kind of sucks. We want him to have like Queen Jack, King Queen with a spade. Maybe like Jack. Where did I already say Queen Jack? Jack 10 with a spade. 9-9, no spade, checks it on down. And no let does take the pot as we go into a break, and we will be right back. Already coming back from break. Somehow we still haven't lost a body yet. Jack for European. I see Coco with a King 10 suited in the big blind. Ace 9 for New York guy. They come in for the open here. Nice wide open. Ace 9 off 18 blinds. Jack will likely 3-bet and take the pot down. Do we ever call? Nah, I don't think so. I think we 3-bet to like 6 blinds and that'll get the job done. 5.5. European says just a little bit smaller. Is Coco ever 4-bet jam from the big blind? Nope. Yeah, just the 3-bet will get through. Blinds go up. Serve them in. Big stack. Jack 9. Not gonna play. New York guy with another raggedy ace. Not gonna come in for another open here off 12.5. Coco with 3-4. A Jack and a 5 on the button for European. Is this ever a walk for Centaurus? That it is. That was really boring. Ace Queen. Coco will open from the button and likely just take it down pre, and the serve limit wants to get crazy with the king and the 4. That's not even suited, dudes. 9-7 suited for Centaurus in the small. Unfortunately can't play here. I suppose they could. They still got the opportunity to call, but they won't. King 4 in the big could get spicy somehow. We play call. 9-6-5 is the flop. Serve them in with the backdoor spade draw. 2 live cards with the king and 4, and a backdoor straight draw would put the straight on the board, except for the low end. There's a 3-2 runner for a straight. Serve them in just leads out small, and ace queen hits the muck with no spade. Not too exciting there. King 10 suited. Allison will rip it in under the gun +1, 9-handed, and take it down pre. Not too much going on there. Allison will be up to about 11 blinds. 11.5. 10-10 for Coco. A couple aces in the blinds. Nothing too exciting here. We will get a defend, I do believe, from the big. Does New York guy ever rip it in here, try to protect their equity? Coco shouldn't have too wide of an opening range here, but they still will come in with worse suited ace-x. New York guy could look to isolate the pot, or not isolate, sorry, protect their equity. They need a 2 or an ace. A 6 would put us straight on the board. Jack on the river is nothing. Excuse me. I said to isolate their pot, and then my brain went broken because I was like, you fucked up your wording there, dude. But anyways, I think I was able to call out the outs before the jack on the river came. What does it matter? Centaurus with an ace and a queen will open it up, serve them in with the jack and a queen. They're suited and booted. They play call. Oh, that's a flop straight. Top pair for Centaurus is gonna have a hard time letting go of this hand. They have the straight draw to go along with it. They bet real small. If I'm serve them in, I just call. We'll see what serve them in elects to do. They got the nuts. 3 of spades on the turn. Centaurus will bet small again, like 3.3. Maybe as small as 2.7. Always interesting to see the sizings here. And they go bigger, 4 blinds, leaving themselves with less than 10 behind. Queen Jack, love and life, just plays call again. We're just looking for one of the 3 remaining jacks to chop up the pot. Otherwise, Centaurus is very likely out of here. 6 of diamonds on the river. That's the game for Centaurus. They will happily rip it in here, 10 blinds behind, and get snap called and quickly find their way to the exit. There's the jam, snap call, bye-bye. Centaurus, a super strong player. The table is happy to see that happening there. Lose a body, big stack gets bigger. Circle them in, very likely to put a lot of pressure on these shorter stacks here. King 10 for Coco will raise and take it down pre. Oh, ace queen. Coco's right back in there. 5-5 for European in the big blind. No way we see a 3-bet jam from the big blind. 36 blinds deep now. No way. Allison with king 6 suited. My favorite hand. They say I can't play it though, Brendan. I got 10.5 blinds I have to fold. European with the 5 and the 5 plays call from the big and a jack 3-3 flop. Coco bets real small. European plays call. And we're off to the turn. 6 of clubs. Looks pretty good for the 5 and the 5. I think we call the turn bet if it comes in. Doesn't. Queen of diamonds on the river. Good news for Coco. They obviously have the best hand, and there's not really a world where they're going to fold it facing the 5 and the 5. No diamond here. European likely just check folds. 3 blind bet. That's small, dude. We might be tempted to call, but I don't know. Diamonds get there. Another overcard. Would a jack ever bet this small again? Almost maybe so, you know. A queen could certainly bet this size. Diamonds. If European check raises, that's real nasty, dudes. I just don't think that's happening. No way, European. We might click call, but we're real deep in the tank. I think we're going to think about a call and then find it. It's 3 blinds, and we sunk like 30 seconds into the hand. We find the call and see the bad news. Ace Queen gets paid. Good news for Coco fans. And just like that, they're sitting at about 44 blinds. What's going on here? D-Jan with an ace from the cutoff. Looks like an open to me. 47 blinds. We're sitting in 3rd place. We'll look to build that position. I don't fucking know the words to say. D-Jan, open it up, dude. There we go. 2.2 is their sizing, and this should get through pre 6-3 in the big. Boing, boing, boing. Degen gets another one here. Ace, Queen, O. 4-4 for European. I think we play call from the button. Queen 10 for serve limit. I think we're going 3 ways to a flop here. 3 ways to a flop. Hurry up, this is taking a while. I swear I've sped up the video, right? I don't want to look. Oh, look at this flop. 7-6-2 all diamonds. Degen checks over the queen of diamonds. 4s are still best for European. They don't have a great reason. Wait, do they bet to try to buy the pot? Bet real small, like 2.5? Even less, 2 blinds. We bet 2 blinds into 8, that's a quarter pot. That's good math there, Brendan. Ace Queen plays call, Queen 10, oh, no diamond, gets the fuck out of there. Degen comes along to the turn here. Banks off the 9 of diamonds. That is the board locked up for Degen. European really has no reason to bet. They said I wanted to buy the pot on the flop and it didn't work, so I guess I'm done here. Could you imagine though, European just bets like 11, sizing up the river jam. Oh my fucking god. They're everywhere, dude. 7 hearts on the river. Does pair the board. So some boats get there. Degen only has the queen of diamonds. Like the 4th best flush. 5th. There's a few straight flushes in there. Board is paired. No way we face a bet big enough to make the queen of diamonds fold. European very likely checks. And 12 blinds slide over to Degen. Nope, they bet 6. Quick call. I was thinking, like, if we're gonna get the queen of diamonds to fold, we have to bet, like, really, really fucking big. Like, would a jam work there? But then it's, like, so unlikely that European takes that sizing. I just don't think a bet's gonna work, so I thought European would check it on down. They say no siree. Doesn't work out this time. King Jack, Degen's right back in there for the 3rd time in a row. Serve limit with Ace King. Super strong hand, super big stack. I got a sneeze. They're gonna 3-bet to like 9 blinds. 8.5. Degen, I think just folding. We're moving on along. And the sneeze went away. All is well in the world. Degen in 2nd place now after that pot with European. Another Ace King and Ace 10 for no let. We're in a situation here. Do we ever just call Ace 10 from the small? Tough spot for no let. We can 3-bet fold to the 4-bet jam. Fucking A. Tough spot. No let says, what do I do? What do I do? I'm in a pickle and I found the call button. I think we just want to call and see 3 cards. Although the 3-bet fold facing the jam makes a lot of sense too. No let plays call. Queen 2 suited. Allison says, I've got 9 blinds behind. Am I priced in for a little call here? That I am. 6-5-5 is the flop. Quickly checks over to serve limit with the best of it still with the ace and the king. We'll go for a 1.5 blind bet and take the pot down. 1.75. 2. A full 2 blind bet. Now we'll let ace 10. Yeah, I think we just fold. Just say fuck it, dude. Just say fuck it. No let says. No way we're off to the turn here, dude. We can chop the pot with a 6. Queen. Doesn't change nothing. Ace won't chop the pot. The queen or a 6 gets the job done. 10 for no let. Otherwise, serve limit will take down a little one here. We ever go for another bet with the ace and the king? No, we don't. A 9 of spades on the river. The flush gets there. 8-7 gets there. And no let with ace 10. I think we just got some showdown value. We still beat worse ace x. We can just see this go check a lot, and then we'll say, what the fuck? How does he have ace king? Yeah, very likely. And serve limit does take down 11 blinds. Looked a little scary there, but truly not too much action, but no ace on the board. king queen for no let. They will open it up. Allison might just rip in the ace 6 suited for about 8 blinds, and then we got a call by no let. Looks to be like a 60-40 situation. Quick call by the king and the queen. We're looking for kings and queens. Good flop for ace 6. We're holding until that fucking queen on the river, dudes. Whoa, that was a good board for ace 6. Then bang, the river card sucks a fat dick. Ace queen for no let. They'll open it on up. And get it on through pre. Why is Red a lot hanging on to the 10 and the 5? Surely we just fold. So we are down to 6 players, 2 more to the money. Not gonna be easy to see 2 bodies go. Red a lot with 15 blinds, and then we got 5 stacks hanging at above 40. Serve limit opens up ace 7-0, king 8 suited. Every once in a while you see a 3-bet. Probably not in this situation. We get a call. Jack 8 for Coco. They're out of there. 6-6-2 is the board. 1 club for European, 2 overcards. King 8 is live. Clubs are cool, but I think a C-bet takes the pot down a lot. What size do we go? I actually don't know. At first I was thinking 1 blind, but now something's telling me go big. Do we ever go like 3.5? Just clean up all our equity? Serve limit says no. Bet 1 3/4. European with the king 8 doesn't float. Says I'm just gonna move on along. The big sizing does look kinda suspicious if we're being honest. Feels like a bluff. But that ace 7 just cleans up so much equity there. Like, you don't really want king 8 of clubs to see a turn card in that situation. You're just like, fuck it, dude, fold. Let me scoop up the 5 blinds or whatever's in the middle. Whatever, though. 9-3 will call from the big for serve them in. Rate a lot with the ace and the queen, and we get a king 9-8 flop. 1 spade. Flop goes check. Serve them in still with the best of it as a 4 hearts rolls off on the turn. Did I say 4 of spades? 4 of hearts? I don't know what I said, dude. Serve them in, that's 1.5. Rate a lot swiftly folds. I would have been tempted for a call, but Rate a lot says that small sizing is indicative of value. And they fold. And they're right, and they move along. Jack 9 suited for Djan. They open it up in Coco from the button with the 8-9 suited comes along. Queen 10 for no let. We'll just play call, and we're going to go 3 ways to a flop again. Hurry up, no let. They somehow have the best of it with the queen 10-0. 7-6-3 is the board. Djan with the flush draw. Coco with the open-ended straight draw. No let with 2 overcards, and again, still the best hand. 4 of spades. That'll lock up the board for Djan, and they won't get any value here either. 1 liner to a 5. Just kidding. No let bets 2 blinds. They do got that 10 of spades, but it is obviously null and void. It is shitty. 3 of spades on the river pairs the board. Jack 9 is not gonna fold. I don't think we can bet a sizing to get Jack 9 to fold here. 5 of spades, 1 liner, 2 ace straight flush. Any ace king or queen of spades beats the Jack 9 here. No let bets 2.2, and that sizing will not work. Djan swiftly calls and takes down a 16 blind pot. They are up to 68 and a very comfortable 2nd place position for Djan. Very good game by them. European with ace jack will open it up. Ace 6 I think plays call from the big blind, but there's a lot of situations where your belly just says, you know what, you should just fold this ace 6 pre. You are about to get fucked up by an ace and a jack. But then you tell your belly, hey, I think this is still worth a call. There's still plenty of suited broadways and shit that we have to play. Do we ever come in for a 3-bet and fold to the 4-bet jam? There's the 3-bet to 8 blinds, and ace jack is in a weird spot. European, they're a wizard. I think they'll find a way to proceed with this holding correctly. Do they just rip? Calling feels kind of weird. We do come in for a 4-bet, but it's the 14 blinds. European says, I'm going to show you some wizardry, and Djan will just find the fold. Doesn't want to go for the 5-bet bluff. Nice play by European to take down a little pot there off Djan, and it actually brings him up to 46 blinds, and Djan's sitting at about 49. 10-7, Djan could just rip it in pre. They say it will come in for the min raise from the small and take it down. Rate a lot had some jack 3 bullshit. They're still very short here, about 9 blinds. 8-8 for Surf Lemon. They'll open it up, and European will defend the big with the 7-6 suited, and we'll see 3 cards. That 8 of clubs would be nasty if you pair it with a 5 or 4 of clubs, dude. These are 2 big stacks. European with 40 some behind. They get a pair of 6s, 1 club out there on the king queen 6 flop. Serve them in, might bet real small, like 1 3/4 again. 1.5. A little bit more than that, but whatever. European says I might have to call here. This is a really shitty board for the old 6-7, but I got some backdoor equity. We could just bang off a 6 or a 7, maybe a club or 2. 3 of hearts. We don't get any of that shit. European will go into check fold mode, but I think Serve Lemon is going to check the 8 and the 8. Do we ever try to bluff him off a queen or some shit? Clean up our equity? No, we get a free jack of clubs on the river though. I'm pretty sure this goes check check. No real reason for Serve Lemon to bluff. Do they ever try to get a jack to fold? European goes in the tank, bets 6.3. They might get the 8s off the pot here. Serve Lemon literally has to put him on some sort of 6 that goes for a bluff, which is kind of funny because it's exactly what's going on here. But it's very unlikely. It just so happens to be the case that that's what European was doing, as Serve Lemon finds another pair of 8s. This one will go slightly better as they will raise and take the pot down pretty. What an unfortunate little happening there for Serve Lemon. European is a little bit of a bully against the big stack. Ooh, 2 pairs of aces. Hopefully there's some hearts or spades out there. I want to see Riddle lot continue in the game. Kind of a weird spot with 8.5 blinds. What do you do with aces? You just rip and you get quickly called by aces and you see 3 hearts? No, but there's a couple diamonds out there. 8 of hearts on the turn will lock up the chop. Bunch of shitty cards out there for aces, but it don't matter. They chop. We're moving on along. 3-7 could raise it up here. Get jack 3 to fold. That'd be kind of fun to see. Depends on the sizing Serve Lemon goes for. They say, dude, I'm not playing 7-3. Well, let me just fold. 3-3 for Coco. 30 blinds. This is a weird spot for the smallest pocket pair. For the second smallest pocket pair, that is. Coco says, I'm just going to fold. Ace 10 for no let will come in for a limp. We will see Djan potentially raise to 3.5 blinds in a quick call. You know what, I actually think you tank before you call. This isn't a quick call situation. You tank, you tank. Oh, you just 3-bet jam and you take it down pre. No let says you're trying to bully me. No, I shall bully you. Elected not to go post flop out of position there with a very interesting ace 10-0. It's obviously pretty strong, but you know it's vulnerable as fuck. No let says out of position. I will just say fuck all that noise, rip it in, take it down, move on along as they then open up 6s and take a pot down pre. 9-10, Djan will open the button. Raylot might rip in the queen jack suited here. That they do 7 3/4. Djan will call. Right? Or do we just not want to give him any chips? That's kind of interesting. Djan says we'll take the spot looking for 9s and 10s. We flop it and we got a flush now. Right a lot with the top as the pairs, the straight draw to the 8 or king, flopping the backdoor hearts with the top as the pairs, and they don't get there. Right a lot's Gonzo, Alonzo, we got ace king for European. There's so many words that need to be said right now, but the raise will get through pre. 7-5, circle them in. We might call and see a flop. What am I talking about? The raise getting through pre. European says, let's get a little value, go for the bigger size. Oh, fuck, it does just get through pre, so some more wasted words. In a time where we needed to say so much, Queen Jack for D-Jan, they open it up. We are one off the money, folks. King Jack for no let in the big, just place call. We're off to the flop. King 8-4 is the board. We get a check bet call. We're off to the turn. 3 in a row for D-Jan. They got some potentials to pick up some equity. They bet 1.5. No real reason to check raise the top as the pairs here, in my opinion. 6 of spades on the turn. D-Jan with the jack of spades says I do block some flush draws that might call. We could put some pressure on a pair of 8s or 4s, although 7-5 did get there on the turn. And like something like 8-6 or 6-4, some sort of like 7-6, 5-6. That beats us now. No let leads out small, and D-Jan does say I'm gonna raise the turn. Fuck this noise, dude. I'm gonna put the pressure on you. Makes it about 10 blinds to go. I think no let just goes into check calling mode. Scared as shit though. 5 of spades on the river. The flush gets there, a 1-liner to a 7. Stack the pot ratio is sized up for a jam. I didn't want to do the math on what it actually is. Got 28 in the middle and 23 behind. What the fuck is the ratio there? I don't know. 28 to 23 or some shit? I don't know, fuck. D-Jan with that jack of spades. I think we're gonna bluff here, dude. I think we're gonna do it. Do it, D-Jan. Just rip it in, rip it in. 1-liner to a 7. Big blind's so much more likely to have it. Were we ever repping the flush draw on the turn? I don't even know, dude. I don't think so. We're repping like over pairs like aces, a strong king, maybe a set somehow, maybe a 2 pair, not as likely. D-Jan gives up the bluff, and no let is now sitting in second place, just above European with 50 blinds. Whew, what a happening that was. Now we got Coco in last place with an ace and a queen. They're going to open up under the gun 5-handed off 28 blinds. European probably defends the big with the queen 3 suited. We don't really want to give him chips though. Well, you got this stupid flush draw. If Coco bets, we're off to the turn. 2 blinds is the size. King 8-5 is the board. Good board for Coco. Plenty of potential draws in European shoes here. Do you ever check raise and just take it down right here now? He plays call, 7 on the turn. Good card for the big blind. Turn might go check check here. European is thinking lead, doesn't pick up equity per se, but they go for the smallest of the leads, and ace queen says fuck this, I'm out of there. Nice little steal by European to bet real small on the turn instead of going for a check raise on the flop, which was also pretty enticing. 9-7 suited. European will raise to like 2.5. My sizing here is 2.7. They say no. 24 blinds effective, all in. Queen 9 folds, and we're moving on along. Aces for D-Jan. We got ducks for European with 1 being folded in the big. D-Jan opens it up. I don't think European just 3-bet rips here. They just fold, no action for aces. What a shame for D-Jan. What a bloody shame. Can you imagine Jack 2 3-bets? What? Jack 2 3-bets, 8 blinds. Poor timing here. D-Jan might just call, which is very fun. If you 4-bet small, like 14 blinds, you just take the pot down. Obviously. Call, D-Jan, call. Don't do it, dude. No, you 4-bet. Fuck off. Not gonna work out in this instance. Serve them in, we'll fold the jack and the 2. No way we rip this in, dude. No way. D-Jan is kind of the player to click some buttons every once in a while. It's always fun to see, and it's not ignorant plays. It's I'm just saying it's always potentially the case where European just... Not European. Serve Lemon says, fuck this guy, and what, 5-bet rips it in somehow? The Jack 2-0? Not too likely, but maybe there's a world where it happens. King Jack European opens Ace 8 suited for no let in the big. To be honest, I think the 3-bet Jack 2 shouldn't have happened. Should probably just fold, but every once in a while, in these ICM situations, people say just click the button. And then players click the button and it happens. Jack 2. Wide 3-bet. But anyways, we're going to move on along. King Jack goes for a C-bet on the 9-5-4 flop. One spade for a no-let. They're going to be tempted to call and see a turn. Half pot sizing. Not quite what we wanted to see, but there's certainly bigger C-bets than that as we get a 6 of hearts on the turn. The flush completes. Hopefully it goes check for no-let. European no heart in their holding. Personally, I give up here, but European, not afraid to pull the trigger. 10.5 in the middle. What size do we go? We check in the board pairs on the river. 4 of diamonds. No let blocks the 8-7 straight. Ace high has some a sliver of showdown value. King Jack, do we ever win? Beat some sort of like 8x or 7x with a heart? Not likely, man, but European says I'm not gonna bluff. Checks it on down and no let. Back in second place, Ace 3 suited for Surf Lemon. We'll open it on up. Looks like they'll just take the pot down pre. Nothing to be said there. Ace 10 for Coco opens it up. Bad timing to have the ace and the 10 here. Queen for no let. Well, 3-bet small. Ace 10 can think about a 4-bet rip, but might just fold. Oh boy, if I'm Coco, I have 4-bet jam. This is a small 3-bet. No let is going to be an aggressive player. I expect a lot of 3-bets here. I think we just jam and say, find an ace. Give me that ace, dude. Oh, we 4-bet really small to 8 blinds. This is interesting. Was not expecting this. We got 14 behind. Can we fold to the 5-bet rip? I am not sure at all. There's the jam by the queens, and Coco swiftly lets her go. So the answer to that question was yes, we can fold to the 5-bet. Interesting little 4-bet there by Coco to about 8 blinds. Ace Jack, no let comes in for another open. Coco playing off 13 will fold big with the King 5. Oh, Ace 7 will rip from the small for 13 and take it down pre. Boing, boing, boing. What's going on here? 9-3 suited, not going to play the button. King 6 suited for Surf Lemon. Might see a raise to like 3 blinds. Every once in a while you see a really big sizing, like 4.3 or something like this. What does Surf Lemon? They limp. Of all the things, Jack 4 being forced to see a flop was not what I expected. Playing about 67 blinds deep, no let. Jack 4 will just check. We get an ace queen flop. 2 clubs for Surf Lemon on the paired board with the King high with the best holding. They'll bet one blind in, take the pot down, or check it on over and call. They bet 1 blind. No let with a perceived backdoor royal flush. Finds the call, bangs off a 10 on the turn, so they do pick up a little equity. No, they don't. Isn't the equity the same? They were looking for a jack on the flop. Now they pick up a straight draw to the king. They just trade it out with Surf Lemon. But Surf Lemon had the best hand, so technically it's not an out. Holy fuck, man. No let has a straight draw to the king and a pair draw to the 4. They bet 3 blinds here. Surf Lemon's at least calling. Do we have a raise? That don't make much sense. Queen on the river. Our king still plays. This might go check. Surf Lemon takes down a nice pot. However, if no let bets, don't they bet small? Because like, what are you trying to represent? A 10? No, it does just check down the jack. Hard to get a king to fold there. If you bet small, the king still might look you up. Is an ace check back the flop? Oh, sorry, they called the one blind bet. I suppose an ace could call the one blind bet on the flop. What an interesting little situation that was. Really makes you think. Queen 10 for Sir Flamin will open it on up. Queen 8. European in the big. Not gonna defend. You got the shorty there with Coco. It's about 11 blinds in total. A 6 and a 4 in the big. That's not what they're looking for. Sir Flamin opens to 9-7 suited. They open two blinds. 9-7 suited and take it down pre. Sorry for fucking up that sentence so horrifically. Queen 9 suited. European opens. 10-6 in the big. Might defend. We face the big size again. European says 2.5 blinds is my open size. Facing the big stack in the big blind. And they take it down pre. King 9 suited. European might open again. Yes, we do. 100% of the time we go for a 2 blind open size. 9-6-0 for no let in the big blind. In second place, not really a 3-betting hand, not really defending hand either. They just fold and move on along. King for Coco. European will open the King Jack O. Base the 3-bet. Do we call 7 blinds? We really don't want to give Coco chips here. No, we don't fold. Or we don't call, sorry. We do fold. We don't call. We don't want to give Coco chips. He has ace 8 suited. Degen has queen in the small blind. Jesus Christ, there's hair everywhere. Ace 8 suited opens it up and queen 3 bets to like 5.5. 6 full 6 blinds is the size, and I think Coco just folds. Moving on along. Coco's still surviving somehow. Couple of ace 4s and a pocket pair of 6s. Queen 9 in the big for Coco. We are gonna see a little action here. No let opens. 6s might call. Don't think we 3-bet here. Not in this instance. Queen 9 hits the muck from the big. We get an 8-3-3 flop. 6s are best. Not going to be easy for Degen to hang in there, but not going to be easy for no let to consider bluffing super ridiculously hard. They bet 2 blinds to start things off. Degen will call. We'll see what we get on the turn here. A little 2, so no let picks up a straight draw to the 5 to go along with their overcard. Man, if no let just goes bombs away, it's not easy for 6s to call still. And that's a good board for 6s. 8 blinds is the size. If I'm Degen, I'm scared shitless. Do we have to call once more though? No, we just fold the 6s. What a play by no let. So difficult to call there with just 6-6. Flush draw comes in. You expect there to be a bunch of overcards, diamond draws. You don't expect it just to be the straight draw with 1 over. Was that 8-9 suited just folding the button? Coco with the king opens it up to 2.25. 10-8-0. Interested in seeing a flop, but might not be too tempted actually when you think about it, because what even opens like this in Coco's shoes? We do get the jam and a quick call. 10-8. Oh, a straight draw. 7 or a queen and a heart also works. 2 of diamonds on the rivers, none of that. 20 blinds will slide over to Coco, and the money bubble will continue. King 4, Sir Flamin. Raises to 5. That's a nice big sizing there. King 4 races to 5 blinds from the small and takes it down. We got a king and a 10 for a European. We'll open it up, and King Jack is in a weird spot for no let. Ace 8 for Surf Lamin. Both these guys are going to think about 3 bets and probably not find it. I don't think we call. We might just fold. The 3 bet could come in though. There it is. D-Jan folds. European is like, fuck this noise. I don't know what to do. You want a 4 bet. You really want to, but you're like, holy shit, I think I gotta fold. King 10 suited just to this 3 bet. Pretty small sizing too. It's like 6.5 in total, so you only have to call 4.5 more. Yeah, you just kind of gotta fold and move on along. Wait for Coco to bust, or maybe a cooler for D-Jan. No let gets lucky. Surf Lamin knocks him out somehow. Damn. Anyways, King 7 for European. Do we just jam this shit in? What do we do? What do we do? We raise to 3 blinds. 7-6 suited calls the big. We get an Ace 10-6 flop. Coco does have the best hand. Not going to be easy to hang on to it though. Ace high board. European with the betting lead pre. They're going to continue to tell the story here with a very small bet. 1.66. And Coco says, do you know what cards I have? 1.66, and I've got a pair of 6s. Do you know what cards I have, European? European says, yes, I do, and I'm going to raise real big on the turn here. Nope, we go small, 4.5. No, we just check and give up the bluff. No fun here. Jack on the river. Does Coco bluff, blocking the king queen straight? The absolute nuts. Do we ever bet like E7? What would we bet? Just all in or nothing? I don't know, but it goes check, check, and Coco takes it down with a pair of 6s. E7 for no let, thinking about an open here. And might let her go. Got Surf Lamin in the bag. No let says, I'm no pussy. I'm going to open Ace 10 for Coco. Just folds the small. 8-6 suited will come along to the flop though. 5-2-2. 1 heart there for Surf Lamin. They have some check raising properties with 3 to a straight and the backdoor hearts. They see the small bet and they think about a check raise. Looking to buy the pot here and now. We'll pick up some equity on the turn, and they just fold. They just fold. No check raise there. Ace 4 for Coco. Looks like an open from the button, and King 3 folds. Ace 4 in the big for no let. We'll think about a 3 bet jam and probably just call. 3 bet is fun though. Do we ever go for a non-all in 3 bet and fold to the jam? Yes, we do. About 7 blinds, and the 3 bet will get through. Very nicely done by no let. King 5 suited for Surf Lamin. They open it up and take it down pre. Not too much going on here. 10-8 for D-Jan. We'll limp it on in. Still nothing doing. Queen 2-2 is the board. 10-8. Does get to see the 3 cards for the minimum price. They got a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. 10-8 is live. King 6 checks and a queen on the turn. Double paired board. 10 high, no good. We check it on over. King 6 just checks. This is taking too long for such a small pot. 2.6 blinds in the middle. This is boring. I don't know what to say. European bets 1 blind. Almost for value here, dude. There's 2 flush draws out there. We're just trying to clean up our equity. If we get called, we could get called by worse. In the end, we just want the pot right now. European gets what they want, and they're moving on along. 10-9 suited in the big. Ace 6 D-Jan, we'll open that up. 3-2 likely just folds. 9-10 calls, and we're up to the flop. Oh, they rip it in and take it down pre. Just kidding. No call and see the flop. 10-10. European with an ace and a 9 will open it up from the button. This is almost a call facing the 3-bet jam from the small, but in the end, European might think better of it. We might just fold. This is pretty well for the money bubble to burst. Had European called and lost, they would have been in a very, very shitty situation and very likely would have been the money bubble. If you know what I'm trying to say. 8-4. Sir Flamin will limp it in. Jack 7. No, let probably just checks and sees a flop. Nope, they raise to 4.5 and take it down pre. Although I'm not too sure why they do it and they get the job done. Ace 10 suited opens and we got an ace jack for Sir Flamin. They'll come in for a 3-bet very likely here, 5-handed. No, they play call. No let with ace 9. I think we fold. A 3-bet is spicy. Kind of unnecessary. 8-7-3 is the flop. Sir Flamin. I don't know what to do here, man. That's 6 blinds in the middle, single raise, pot pre. Both players just whiff with their ace highs. 4 on the turn goes check, check. As long as the river's a blank, it probably goes check, check. Some sort of ace is spicy. Coco will bet like 4.5. Oh, a 10. Just a 10 there for Coco. They make the top. It's the pairs. Sir Flamin just checks here. They still beat like king, queen. Somewhere's ace, x, queen, jack. Yeah, we check and lose. Nasty little river card there, but Coco fans do see Coco pick up a few chips as we get another break, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, coming back from break. Not much going on, just an ace and a 10. No let will open and likely take it down pre. So we do got our 2 big stacks, Sir Flamin and no let. No let's in a pretty favorable seat here as they get to see the big stacked act first. Somehow Coco slid into 3rd place. We have a couple 10s once again. Ace 8 suited. Sir Flamin opens it up. Kind of a weird spot for Coco now that they're in 3rd. They might just play call pre. 3-bet could come in, although I don't know what size we go. Do we just jam 33 blinds or do we go for a smaller size? Coco says 8.5 looks good, and the 3-bet might just get through pre. Sir Flamin could go for some sort of punt and 4-bet rip. Doesn't seem like a situation where Coco is going to be doing too much 3-betting from the big blind. And the 3-bet does get through pre. Excuse me. 6-7. Excuse me. Coco limps it in. 5-4 suited for Sir Flamin. Thinking about a raise with that big stack. They'll check it on back. And a queen 4-2 flop. Coco checks over 2 overcards to that 4. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. Lots going on here for Coco, but they want to see a free card if we're being honest. 2.6 blinds in the middle. Not really enticed to fight for them. They face a little bit more than a half pot sizing. Do we just get the fuck out of there right here and now? I am not sure. I think, yeah, we fold. And Coco says, yes, we do. 5-5 for European. There's a world where we start to just open rip these small pocket pairs. European says 27 blinds is not that world that we live in. We will just fold that small pocket pair, and 6-4 will limp it in, and king 3 suited will think about a raise and maybe check it back. 10-6-5 is the flop. Middle pair, Sir Flamin will bet 1 blind, and king 3 suited will come in for the raise to 17.5. No, that's not going to happen. They quickly call though, and a queen of spades on the turn completes the flush. Sir Flamin with that what was 2nd pair, now 3rd pair. Flush draw to boot. They check it on over. No let checks. We get an ace of clubs on the river. So 4 clubs doesn't mean anything. King high doesn't block too much, just the king jack straight, no spade in their holding. There's a world where they win if they check. They face a 1.2 blind bet, and it's a very small pot. Are we enticed to call with the king high? We'll see what Nolet thinks. This kind of feels like value, if we're being honest. I wouldn't expect a 6 to do it. Kind of feels like some sort of, what, queen or 10 block betting? I don't fucking know. What does this actually feel like? 1.2 blinds? Maybe it is just a 6. 6 or nothing? Nolet says, I guess I call with the king high. Doesn't feel like an ace, that's for sure. Doesn't really feel like a queen the more I sniff it out. A 10 or a 6 maybe. Would a 10 do that? Perhaps. Trying to get called by a 6 or a 4 or a king high. Nolet with the king high looks it up and sees the bad news. It was in fact a 6. 10-9 suited. What's going on here? Did we call the big blind? Yes, we did. Coco goes for a c-bet on the ace-jack 5 flop and takes the pot down with some backdoor equity in the best holding with the king high. Queen opens it up under the gun. D-Jan with an ace-5 in the small. Not likely going to 3-bet here. 9-8 me defend the big blind. There's a world where we fold. I think we still call. European says Brendan is wrong. King 10 for European in the small. Folds around to him. I think we limp. Probably have to call facing a small raise. King 5. Coco will check it back and find a 5 right then and there on the flop, right in the middle of those other 2 cards, the 7 and the 3. Coco with the pair bets 1 blind. European will think about a float. Says, man, chips mean a lot right now. Chips mean so much. They have to fold facing the 1 blind bet, even though they are correct. Blinds go up. 3-3 for European. 19 blinds from the button. There's a world where we just rip it in here. If D-Jan opens the ace 4, we will certainly just let that go. 3-3. I actually don't know. We could probably get king jack suited to fold. The European says just fold ourselves, dude. Like, does king jack suited call the big blind facing an open rip there for about 20? European says, I'm not going to find out, dude. Not going to find out. King 8 limps. Coco trying to see a flop here. Serve them in. Raises to 3.2 blinds, putting on enough pressure on Coco, forcing them to fold. Queen jack for D-Jan. We come in for the min raise off 15 blinds in last place position. Yeah, looks like the raise will get through unless Sir Flamin goes for a crazy 3-bet here with the king and the 6. No. 6-2. Nolet doesn't have a great reason to defend the big blind, and they just fold, and we're moving on along. Jack 10 suited, and we see a couple kings there in the small blind. Ace 4 could always come in for a 3-bet, but not necessarily likely. But a small 3-bet does look kind of fun when you make it like 5 blinds there. Don't have to do it. Sir Flamin folds, and we got a couple kings there again. 6 blinds is the size from the small. 6.4 is the size from the small. And Coco just folds and moves on along. Couple king highs out there. King 5 suited, Sir Flamin. I think we open here. King 10 for D-Jan might just fold. King Queen for European is in a very weird spot. They kind of want a 3-bet jam to buy the pot pre. Being on the money bubble, they might just call and take a post flop. They do just play for chips in this instance. Jam, protect their equity, and take the pot down pre, bringing them up to 21 blinds. Jack 9 suited. Sir Flamin is right back in there. They open it up, and a couple aces will hit the muck. No reason for King 2 to play. Queen 6 will fold. The raise gets through. Pray. Jackson 7s. D-Jan is in some trouble here. We don't see a 7 being folded, but both the spades and clubs are completely dominated. We'll see if D-Jan just folds. That they do. They survive. They survive the very tempting situation there. 10-9 might defend the big blind. King 5-4 is the board. Sir Flamin does have the diamond draw. No straight draw for him, and his 10 and 9 are no good, but diamonds work. Nolet bets 1.3, and there's a world where the 9 of diamonds folds on the flop here. We might have to call one. This is gross. I don't know what to do. Serflamin check raises. Of all the plays, I wasn't thinking this. Check raise with that 9 of diamonds. No, that might fold. Jack, jack, no diamond. Do we even call and see a turn? We do call and see a turn. The 8 of hearts. Serflamin don't pick up no equity here. Do we just go 3 streets? Another bet probably gets the job done, dudes. What do we go, like 8? No, that's a little too small, right? No, 8 works. Whatever, Serflamin says I'm going to check. Jacks might survive here. No. Queen of diamonds on the river. This might go check, check, but Serflamin is winning this pot. Do they ever bet really small? Like 4.5? Fold to a raise on the river? Bet real small, fold to a raise. Serflamin checks. Jacks quickly check and see the bad news there. Big stack gets bigger and a king and a queen. Oh, ace 9. Djan opens it up. Does European take another 3-betting spot with another king and a queen? Excuse me. They do 3-bet. It's small. 4.2 blinds. Not an all-in 3-bet. Still gets the job done though. No worries there for European. Ace 8 suited. Looks like another open. King queen for no let this time. We could 3-bet jam ourselves. Oh, I don't really want to call. Do we ever 3-bet non-all-in? I kind of like that. 7? I get 7 blinds to go, dude. It's kind of a nice sizing. All-in is the play in European. We could quickly fold that suited ace there. 7 just looks spicy. King, queen. Coco will open it up. Djan with an ace in the small, not a strong one. They will fold, and European won't defend the big. Queen 6 suited is almost king 6 suited, but it's not quite the same. So Serflamin folds it. 9-9 for Djan. Just looks like take it down pre for them. Whichever sizing they elect to go. 12 blinds. We could open rip. A min raise is fun too. 11.5 blinds. Open jam is the play, and Djan gets it on through. Hanging on out with 13.5 blinds now. A couple of 6s for Serflamin in the big blind. They might get a walk here. King 5 is not super appealing. Could limp fold facing a raise? Coco says, yeah, it feels like we have to at least limp fold. And again, Coco was in last place by quite a bit not too long ago. They're sitting in a comfy 3rd place position, 25 blinds. They do get to go to the flop for a very cheap price. 10-2-2 is the board. King high. Could be good, but you don't want to face a bet. Like 1 blind, you might just fold. You might say, fuck it, dude. 1.44 again is the sizing by Serflamin, and the king high swiftly folds. Coco says, I gotta preserve my pennies. Queen 3 suited becomes a fold from the button in this instance. 7-8. I'm surprised no let isn't just raising large here all the time. They've shown us some limps, which is just surprising. They're like, let's go post flop against no let here. 4.5 blinds this time, and the raise gets through pre. I'm just not able to pick up a read on when they elect to go for the big raises, which is maybe a good strategy, because I'm also getting to see his whole cards and I can't even pick up what he's doing. Jack 9 for Serflamin. 10-7 suited for no let. That's going to be a fold, dude. Why are we still in the hand? Ace 9 can 3-bet jam and take it down pre. Pick up a few pennies. 4 blinds in the middle. Calling seems pretty disastrous. There's the jam. Djan does get it through. Ace 9 just going to be way too hard to realize our equity post flop. Out of position there, playing such a short stack. Queen 7, weird spot here. Ducks for European. If we limp, we're likely to get raised off the pot. We come in for our raise ourselves to 3 blinds. Do 2s ever fold here? Do we just jam and hope to take the pot down pre? We do jam, and we get the jam through pre. Good news for European fans. Building up that 4th place position, trying to really establish it. Distance themselves from Djan, the shorty. 4-2 for Coco gets a walk. That's good news for them. Oh, and we got a pair of sixes. D-Jan will rip that in. European will think about going with it with the ace and the jack, and then there's queens just waiting in the big blind, the big stack. So if queens hold, does European ever fold ace jack? Personally, I don't. I think I just yoinked this in here, dude. Queens wait patiently in the big blind. So if queens hold 3 ways, European will scoot in the money. European just lets ace jack go. Queens get this in, obviously. Got like 20% with our sixes. That's no good. Backdoor straight draw. Doesn't come in on the turn. No 6 on the river. Queens hold. We finally make the money. So 16.5 grand locked up. Coco opens up the ace 4 on the button and jack 10 suited. We'll think about a 3-bet. Maybe play call. I kind of like the 3-bet more though. Make it like all in. That's the size. Our jam will get through pre. And we're moving on along. 7-4 suited folds. 8-8 will open and take it down pre. Surf Lemon's big stack just continues to grow. 7-5 not gonna defend. No sirree. Jack 10 suited. King Jack. Ace 8. A couple playable holdings. I think that ace 8 folds facing the open. Open rip. Okay, and King Jack will fold the big blind. Well, that works. Surf Lemon is being a really big bully here. Jack 8 will open. King Jack might 3-bet jam. That looks pretty reasonable. Jam it on. No, they play call, keeping the jack 8 in. 9-8-2 is the flop though. Coco bets 2 blinds, about a third pot, a little bit less. Surfleman does dominate some like Queen Jack, Jack 10, Jack 7. There's a King X of clubs that they dominate. A clean 4 on the turn. If Coco bets small again, does King Jack ever hero call? This is so weird. There's that small bet that I was talking about. Whoa, if I'm Surf Lemon, I'm super curious. Ace high, would that bet the turn here? Probably not, unless it's got like a flush draw and straight draw or some shit. I don't know, but we get a 7 on the river, so Jack 10 gets there. This probably goes check with these 2 holdings. But King Jack is not going to hero call the river, no sirree. Does it bluff? Blocking Jack 10 and a pair of 8s fold? We don't have a club in our holding, which kind of blows. We'd really prefer to have King Jack with a club. But you know what? You get and you just rip it in anyways? Yeah. And the pair of 8s just folds, right? With the straight blocker, no club? Or is Coco put on the hero Gabe? No. Very spicy, and they're very, very spicy. Ace 10, the European will come in for the open. 2.3 blinds is their size. Coco has to fold. Ace 8 suited. We'll think about a 3-bet jam. 4-handed. It is super tempting. It is very tempting to rip it on in. Now we play call from the small, and we get to 8 queen 6-4 flop, all diamonds. European with that ace of diamonds. The best possible flush draw. Ace 8 of clubs obviously doesn't contain a diamond, but we get a free 4 on the turn, so we got some chop pop potentials. What, an ace, a queen, a 6 non-diamond cards, which are the only ones that are possible. 6 blinds in the middle. We could chop this up here. Got 2 clean cards for Surf Lemon to scoop it with an 8 and an 8. That 8 of diamonds obviously doesn't work. Running out of the words to say as we get the 10 of diamonds on the river. European makes the flush on the paired board, blocking some boats with that 10 on the river. Surf Lemon, don't bet too much or you're gonna get called. They check. European will bet something big, or do we bet like 2 blinds, try to win, deuce a raise? That is super interesting. We bet half pot. do kind of like the smaller sizing, giving Surfleman plenty of room to go for the bluff on the river. They say I have no reason to, dude. I have ace-8 of clubs. I'm so done with this hand, you have no idea. They fold quickly. We're moving on along. Queen 9 will raise to 3 blinds. Jack 10 will defend the big. Nah, it's a limp. Fucking limp pots. Jack 10 for the European, thinking about a raise. I like a 2.5 blind raise for the sizing. We don't get the raise any which way. Ace 10-5 is the flop. No let. What do? We check it on over. Middle pair, European. Might bet a blind. We don't really want to get check raised on the flop here, but 1 blind seems reasonable. 1 1/4 is a half pot. Queen 9 thinking about coming along here. We do come along in another 10 on the turn. Very interesting happening. Queen high probably doesn't pay off any more bets, picking up no equity. Jack 10 making 3 of a kind. We'll probably go for another bet, sizing up the river jam. Yes sirree. Oh, that's an over bet. Do we ever bet small? Small? Do we check, giving his bluffs opportunities on the river? We go for a bigger bet, 3 3/4 into 5. And we take it on down, and we got an ace and a queen, an ace and a 10. Queen 10 for Coco. Not going to play that, but European. Oh, wait, European can call. They don't have to 3-bet here. We just call from the small. Coco comes along with the queen and the 10. That was wizardry. Ace 10 just folds. Riddle me that one. Queen 10 leads on the 7-4-3 flop with the backdoor spade draw. Ace queen comes along too. We just call here. This is such a small bet. Ace 10 just folds pre. Whoa, we just yoink it in with the ace and the queen. No idea what's going on there. Ace 10 just folds a small. Queen 10 leads on the 7-4-3 flop with the backdoor flush draw 2 overcards. Faces the jam by ace queen with the backdoor flush draw 2 overcards. Riddle me that one. Poker stars. Coco rips in the ace 6, gets called by the ace 8, and Coco needs ace 6 or some chop pot help, you know. 30% tier, 10 on the flop. That's a potential for a chop. King on the river gets the job done. Coco survives. Blinds go up. Jack 10, 7 blinds. Coco says bet half our stack and get it through pre. Good news for Coco. Quite the ladder between 4th and 3rd place. It's a full 16 grand. It's kind of nuts. 10-6, we'll think about a jam, and hopefully European just folds, because otherwise he's going to double up Coco a whole bunch of times. Or a whole bunch out. You know, he's going to have poor equity is what I'm trying to say. Jack 6 and Jack 6 likely just fold. King 4, Surfleman gets a walk. No, not happening. 2 1/4 blinds. From the Jack 6 from the small, Surfleman rips and takes it down pre. Right? They call. Pair of 6s. First the flush draw, backdoor straight draw. 5 blinds in the middle. Coco bets 1. With the bottomest of pairs here. Surfleman surely just rips, right? We just jam. Just do it. I don't know. Call? Why would you call? If you said jam on the turn? Yeah, you just get it on the flop here. Does a pair of 6s fold? What do we do with the pair of 6s? On the queen 7-6 flop, 2 spades out there. We like went for this tiny raise pre. We get called from the big blind. We fold facing the jam on the flop, and we get an ace and a queen. We'll jam that for about 6 blinds and take it down pre-flop. Oh, rough day for Coco, even though they did find a way to cash here. Ace queen suited in the big. Does Surfleman ever jam Jack 6 suited? 22 blinds effective. That they do. Jack 9 folds one of Surfleman's outs. I don't think there's a world where European can fold ace queen here. Don't we just have to call? How do we fold ace queen? We got 65%. That's a very good flop. A 10 on the turn is nasty, and the diamonds get there on the river. Silverman says, fuck you, dude, you're out of here. Get on the bike, or whatever fucking that one guy said that one time. Coco gets a ladder. Oh no, Europeans out of here. 8-4 rips and takes it down. Pretty Surflamin over 100 blinds with about 20 some left to collect. Oh my, what a nasty 10 of diamonds on the turn there. Surflamin, I think they turn open-ended with the flush draw or some shit. European flops 2 pairs, 90 some percent. He's just high-fiving his buddies, and then he gets that turn card. Whoa, that's ridiculous. King Jack. We might not rip this one in. This is a very playable holding here. And Surflamin says, yeah, we want to just end the show already. Just jam it in. 2-4. Surely we just fold. 6-4. Interesting spot here for no let. They will rip it in, and Jack 3 calls with about 54%. A 6 on the flop is good news. Just a Jack? No let makes 3 of a kind, and Coco is out in second place. Or third place, sorry. Holy fuck, that was a lot of fuck ups there. Third place for Coco. They get 32 grand for their efforts after that very fortunate run out. European gets 4th place. 16 grand for their efforts, and no let does have a fighting chance here. Makes a pair of 3s. Surflamin with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Not going to be easy to buy this pot here out of position. They face a 1 blind bet and just fold on the flop there with the worst holding in poker. Heads up is a very swingy game. We could always see Surflamin find a way to not necessarily fumble it, but just run poor. And somehow no let finds a way to get the victory. That's very possible. They got a pair of 6s here. Surflamin with the king high. Checks it on back. Queen pairs the board on the turn. Pair of 6s lead. 1.5 into 2 1/4. Very interesting spot with the king 7. You block some straight draws, but you also dominate those straight draws. King high will fold. No spade in our hand. Very interesting spot with the king 7, as we got king versus ace 8. A couple strong hands here. I think we just get a raise and a call pre-flop. But there's a world where Surflamin rips it in and finds an ace, and the show's over. Now we just get a call and a king 10-4 flop, 2 clubs. So we got backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for Surflamin. We're probably seeing a turn card here. Top set bets a quarter pot, very small. A little bit more than a quarter pot, my apologies. Can't fold with that ace of clubs in our holding, and we bang off an ace on the turn. Looks like no let will get a full double here, although queen jack made a straight on the turn, and it's possible a club comes off on the river, which might slow action down just a little bit. But it does look like a full double. Doesn't quite size up the stack to pot ratio of 1-to-1 for the river jam. There's about 12 in the middle, or there's about 12 in the middle with about a 5 blind bet. 17. One liner to a jack. This might go check. Or one liner to a queen. Holy fuck. Man, I'm just fumbling the ball here. King. Do we ever value jam here? Try to get called by 2 pairs. Do we ever bet small, like half pot? There still might be some worse hands that call you. No let thinks about it for a little while, says, you know what, I think I don't want to die. I will just check and hopefully win. And then we get another ace 8 versus king. Surflamin opens the button. I may have jinxed Surflamin here. I did mention that no let could run pretty fucking hot, and then Surflamin loses, but I didn't expect it. Get that 3 bet to 7 blinds to Surflamin 4 bet jam the ace 8 suited. We could call as well. Take this one post flop, and we get that ace. Jack 9 ace is the flop. 2 spades out there. Plenty of straight draw potentials. No let bets real small. I'm Surflamin. I just call. we just proceed with caution. The 5 on the turn looks pretty fucking clean. We almost don't really want another small bet here. We really want to see a check. Ace 8 gets that magical check. Do we bet small and check the river? What we really don't want to have happen is check raised on the turn here. So we might check back the turn and play river cards. No, we bet small. 5 blinds to go. No, that might have to call here. What does King King do on a brick river? 3 of spades is no brick. Does this go check check? Does Serve the Min find a way to value jam the ace 8 here? Just like queen 10, king queen, 10 8 suited. Man, you'd imagine some of that spades though that just got there on the river. Is the show over? Does Nolet find the hero call with the king king with a nasty river? 4-2 magically made a straight, but you'd expect that to be spades, so it'd be playing a flush. 4-2 of clubs maybe. Not likely, man. You 3-bet pre-flop. Queen 10 very likely. King queen for bluffs with a spade. You don't have the king of spades, which is probably a good thing, because you're unblocking bluffs rather than worrying about blocking value hands. King King in the end correctly folds. Very nicely done by Nolet to preserve what they have left. We're just about back where we had started when the heads up battle began. Jack 6 Surf Limit out of position. Finds a 6. Nolet with the 5 and the 3 has just about no equity. They pick up nothing on the turn. Board is locked up for a pair of 6s. Nolet says, I'm not going to try to buy this one. 4 on the river. 4 in a row is worth nothing in this 2-card game. Hearts get there. There's some flop straights. Nolet was in position. They didn't bet at all. Serve Limit bets 1 blind with the pair of 6s somehow. I don't know, but they're right, and the bet just gets through. Ace 4 for Serve Limit. King 7 suited for Nolet. Weird spot. Jam and a call. 43%. Looking for kings and 7s. We still need some more. We got 1 on the flop, but that's not enough. 4 on the river. 2 pair. Serve Limit gets the job done. Scoops that last little pot there, and that's the show. Serve Limit gets the job done, eh? It was like 70-some grand for the victory. 74 grand for the victory. Serve Limit started this bad boy off with the big stack. But that's fun to see them get the job done. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see too much from Raidalot, who started with the big stack. European got cooler there, but it was always fun to see these monsters go to war. But that's the end of the show, so if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video, and until next time, adios amigos.